The massive alien ships approached silently, their metallic hulls gleaming against the darkness of space. Commander HFY Park stood at the Global Defense Station, her eyes tracking the incoming fleet with a mixture of calm determination and calculated precision. The collective's vessels looked intimidating, enormous structures that had conquered countless civilizations across multiple star systems. Woojin Kim, the communication specialist, sat at his console, fingers hovering over the advanced holographic interface. His breath was steady, his posture relaxed despite the immense tension filling the room. Around him, other military personnel moved with practiced efficiency, each person knowing exactly what needed to be done. The alien fleet was now close enough to detect detailed signals from Earth. Their sensors would be scanning everything: atmospheric composition, technological signatures, potential defensive capabilities. What they couldn't scan was the hidden strength of human resolve. "Transmission ready," Woojin announced, his voice clear and professional. Commander Park nodded. Her dark eyes reflected the blue-white glow of the holographic displays. "Send the warning." The message was simple, direct, and unambiguous: any further approach will result in immediate and total destruction of your fleet. This is your only warning. Thousands of light-years away, the Alien Command Center received the transmission. The senior commanders, reptilian-like creatures with multiple appendages and cold, calculating intelligence, burst into laughter. Their communication officer translated the human message, and it was met with derision and mockery. "A primitive species threatens us," one commander hissed, his translator device converting his clicks and chirps into audible language. "They have no concept of our technological superiority." Another commander, slightly older and with more battle scars, waved a tentacle dismissively. "They are barely a Type 1 civilization. Their warning is nothing more than a pathetic attempt to appear significant." Little did they know that every word, every moment of their dismissive response was being recorded and analyzed by human intelligence systems. Back on Earth, in a secure underground facility, Dr. Sungmin Lee watched the alien fleet's progression. Complex algorithms processed every tiny detail of their movement, their technological signatures, their potential attack vectors. Beside him, a team of scientists and military strategists worked silently, their fingers dancing across advanced computing systems. "They're going to ignore the warning," Dr. Lee muttered, more to himself than to anyone else in the room. His prediction was based on decades of xenological research and sophisticated predictive models. The alien fleet continued its approach, massive engines propelling them forward with a sense of inevitable conquest. They had conquered hundreds of civilizations before. To them, Earth was just another potential territory, another species to be subjugated and integrated into their collective. Commander Park understood something the aliens did not: humanity was not like any civilization they had encountered before. Decades of conflict, technological innovation, and a unique blend of competitive spirit and collaborative potential had prepared humans for this moment. "They're crossing the warning boundary," Woojin announced, his voice steady. Commander Park's response was immediate. "Initiate Defense Protocol Alpha." Across Earth, in hidden facilities, underground complexes, and orbital stations, advanced weapon systems began to power up. Quantum-entangled networks connected seamlessly, creating a planet-wide defensive grid that was invisible to the approaching fleet. The alien commanders continued to laugh, their massive ships moving closer to what they believed would be an easy conquest. They had no idea that their overconfidence was about to become their fatal mistake. In orbit, in underground bunkers, in research facilities scattered across the planet, humans waited. Prepared. Determined. The first contact was about to become a lesson in underestimation. And the aliens were going to learn it the hard way. In the years leading up to the alien invasion, humanity had been preparing in secret. Dr. Sungmin Lee led a team of brilliant researchers and engineers who understood that survival would depend on innovation and strategic planning. Their research facilities were hidden deep underground, scattered across different continents, connected through secure quantum communication networks. The team's primary focus was developing technologies that could counter advanced alien weaponry. They studied every piece of information gathered from previous potential extraterrestrial encounters, analyzing technological signatures, energy patterns, and potential defensive mechanisms. Hyun-Ki Choi, a materials engineer, had been working on nano-enhanced combat exoskeletons. These weren't just protective suits, they were living, adaptive systems that could instantly respond to different combat environments. Each suit could modify its molecular structure within milliseconds, becoming harder than steel or flexible as cloth depending on the threat. In another section of the underground complex, Eun-Ji Kim worked on quantum-entangled weapon systems. Her research had discovered methods to create weapons that could simultaneously exist in multiple quantum states, making them unpredictable and virtually impossible to defend against. Traditional shield technologies would be rendered useless against such advanced weaponry. The global military had been quietly restructuring as well. Instead of separate national armies, they created a unified planetary defense network. Resources were pooled, technologies shared, and a single command structure was established. Political differences that had divided humanity for centuries were set aside in preparation for a potential existential threat. Satellite networks were upgraded with advanced sensor technologies. These weren't just communication devices anymore, they were sophisticated monitoring systems capable of detecting the slightest energy fluctuations across vast distances. Every piece of space debris, every minute radiation signature was tracked and analyzed. Artificial intelligence played a crucial role in their preparations. Complex algorithms developed by international teams could predict potential invasion strategies with remarkable accuracy. These AI systems weren't just computational tools, they were strategic partners in humanity's defense planning. Economic structures were subtly modified to support the defense initiatives. Manufacturing capabilities were redesigned to rapidly produce advanced technologies. Resources were redirected, investments made in research and development that would have seemed impossible just a decade earlier. The public remained largely unaware of these preparations. Occasional news about technological advancements or military upgrades were carefully controlled. Most people went about their daily lives, unaware of the massive defense infrastructure being constructed beneath their feet and above their heads. Dr. Lee understood that technology alone wouldn't be enough. Human adaptability, creativity, and resilience would be their most powerful weapons. The team developed training programs that could quickly transform ordinary citizens into potential defenders if the need arose. Space exploration missions were now covertly designed to gather intelligence. Every probe, every satellite launch carried advanced sensor technologies that could provide critical information about potential alien technologies and invasion strategies. Genetic research teams explored human physical and cognitive enhancement possibilities. Not to create superhumans, but to understand how human capabilities could be optimized for potential conflict scenarios. Communication technologies were redesigned to be encrypted and virtually untraceable. If the aliens attempted to intercept human communications, they would find nothing but complex quantum encrypted noise. Power generation systems were decentralized and made resilient. Underground nuclear facilities, advanced solar networks, and experimental fusion reactors ensured that even if traditional infrastructure was attacked, humanity could maintain its technological capabilities. Every system was designed with multiple backup plans. Redundancy was built into every technological and strategic framework. If one defense mechanism failed, another would instantly take its place. The preparations were comprehensive, meticulous, and conducted with a level of secrecy that would have been impossible in previous decades. Humanity was no longer a collection of competing nations, but a unified species preparing to defend its home. When the alien fleet would finally approach, they would discover that this seemingly primitive planet was anything but an easy target. The silent preparation was about to transform into a demonstration of human potential that would shock the universe. The stage was set. The trap was ready. And humanity waited. The first alien ships crossed into Earth's orbital space, their massive structures blocking out stars. Commander Jae-Wha Park watched the holographic displays, her fingers hovering silently over the control interface. The moment had arrived. The collective's fleet believed they were invincible. Hundreds of vessels stretched across the visual spectrum, each one carrying advanced weapon systems that had conquered countless civilizations. Their commanders were confident, their technology proven in hundreds of successful invasions. They never saw the first attack coming. Quantum synchronized kinetic projectiles erupted from hidden orbital platforms. These weren't traditional missiles, but intelligent weapons that could change trajectory mid-flight, adapting to defensive maneuvers. Each projectile was guided by advanced AI systems that calculated perfect impact trajectories in microseconds. The first wave of alien ships disintegrated before their shield systems could even activate. Massive vessels split apart like fragile glass, their advanced technology useless against humanity's unexpected assault. Debris scattered across the orbital region, creating a deadly field of metallic fragments. Wu Jing-Kim monitored communication channels, recording every panicked transmission from the alien fleet. Their shock was palpable, their communication systems flooding with confusion and terror. They had expected a simple conquest, not a technological nightmare. Defensive AI systems worked in perfect synchronization. Where one weapon platform stopped, another instantly took over. The attack was mathematical, precise, and utterly ruthless. No random strikes, no wasted energy, every single projectile had a calculated purpose. Hyun Ki Choi watched from the underground control center, his eyes reflecting the cascading display of alien ship destructions. The nano-enhanced combat systems were performing beyond even their most optimistic simulations. Adaptive technologies were transforming Earth's defensive capabilities in real time. The alien fleet's formation began to break. Commanders attempted to regroup, to create defensive patterns that had worked in previous invasions. But humanity had studied their tactics, predicted their movements, and prepared countermeasures for every possible strategy. Plasma-enhanced railgun projectiles followed the initial kinetic strike. These weapons could penetrate the most advanced shield technologies, creating cascading molecular disruptions that tore alien ships apart from the inside. Each shot was a surgical strike, targeting critical systems with unprecedented precision. Quantum communication networks allowed human defenders to share tactical information instantaneously. No delay, no miscommunication. Every defensive unit knew exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to maximize their effectiveness. The alien fleet's technological superiority began to crumble. Their shield systems, once considered impenetrable, were being systematically bypassed. Defensive technologies they had used for centuries suddenly became obsolete against human innovations. Dr. Sungmin Lee watched the assault with clinical detachment. This wasn't just a military engagement, it was a demonstration of human potential. Every destroyed alien ship represented years of research, technological innovation, and strategic planning. Orbital defense platforms continued their relentless assault. Artificial intelligence systems predicted and countered alien defensive maneuvers faster than their commanders could react. It was like watching a perfectly choreographed dance of destruction. Within minutes, nearly half of the invasion fleet had been eliminated. The remaining ships tried to retreat, but humanity's defensive network was designed to allow no escape. Every potential exit route was monitored, every possible movement anticipated. Commander Park's voice remained calm. Continue engagement protocols. The assault wasn't about revenge. It was a clear, calculated response to a threat. Humanity was sending a message to the universe: this planet would not be an easy conquest. As debris continued to scatter across the orbital region, the true scale of the human technological achievement became apparent. The collective had underestimated not just humanity's technology, but its capacity for strategic innovation. The initial assault was almost complete. And the universe was about to learn a valuable lesson about the species from planet Earth. As the alien fleet suffered massive technological defeats, a new phase of warfare began. It wasn't just about physical destruction anymore, it was about breaking their psychological resistance. Woon Ji-Kim activated the advanced communication disruption protocols. Encrypted transmissions began flooding alien communication networks, each message carefully designed to maximize psychological impact. These weren't random signals, but precisely crafted psychological warfare tools. The first transmission revealed complete tactical analysis of the alien fleet's vulnerabilities. Every weakness, every potential failure point was laid bare with clinical precision. Technical specifications, structural weaknesses, predicted failure mechanisms, all transmitted directly into their communication channels. Alien commanders watched in horror as their most guarded secrets appeared across their screens. Information that should have been impossible to obtain was now being displayed with frightening detail. Each revelation was another blow to their collective confidence. Woojin Kim monitored the psychological impact. Communication patterns among the alien fleet changed dramatically. Panic began spreading faster than their ships could maneuver. Command structures started breaking down, with individual ship commanders questioning their leadership's decisions. The human transmission continued. Complex algorithms had analyzed alien communication patterns, cultural structures, and psychological triggers. Each message was designed to create maximum doubt and confusion. They weren't just fighting a technological war, they were dismantling the aliens' collective mentality. Dr. Sungmin Lee watched the psychological assault with scientific precision. Years of xenopsychological research were being applied in real time. The goal wasn't just to defeat the invasion, but to demonstrate humanity's intellectual superiority. Holographic displays showed the increasing chaos within the alien fleet. Communication channels became flooded with conflicting orders, desperate messages, and growing terror. The once unified invasion force was fragmenting from within. Strategic information revealed not just their current vulnerabilities, but predicted their potential responses with uncanny accuracy. It was like watching an opponent's entire playbook being read aloud in real time. The aliens realized they were completely exposed. Commander HFY Park observed the psychological breakdown with calm determination. This wasn't just a military engagement, it was a comprehensive demonstration of human intellectual capabilities. Every transmission was a calculated strike against the alien collective mentality. The advanced AI systems continued their relentless psychological assault. They identified and exploited communication weaknesses, creating doubt among alien commanders. Previous invasion strategies were systematically exposed, making their entire military history look vulnerable. Hyun Ki Choi monitored the technological aspects of the psychological warfare. The transmission systems were adaptive, changing frequencies and communication protocols faster than the aliens could track. Each message was a complex puzzle designed to maximize psychological impact. Alien ship commanders began arguing among themselves. Some wanted to continue the invasion, while others demanded immediate retreat. The once disciplined invasion force was now a collection of confused and terrified vessels. The human transmissions revealed something even more terrifying: humanity had been preparing for this moment for years. Every potential invasion scenario had been predicted, analyzed, and countered. The aliens weren't facing a random resistance, but a species that had anticipated their every move. Communication networks began to collapse. Alien commanders lost control of their fleet, with individual ships making independent decisions. The collective intelligence that had made them so powerful was now working against them. Dr. Lee understood that psychological warfare could be more devastating than physical destruction. By exposing vulnerabilities and creating internal doubt, they were dismantling the alien invasion more effectively than any weapon. The final psychological blow came with a simple transmission: you were warned. This is your only opportunity to retreat. The message was clear, direct, and carried the weight of their demonstrated capabilities. The alien fleet was no longer a unified invasion force, but a collection of frightened vessels wondering how a supposedly primitive species had completely outmaneuvered them. Humanity had turned psychological warfare into an art form, and the universe was about to witness its masterpiece. The remaining alien ships attempted to retreat, their once proud formation now a scattered collection of desperate vessels. But humanity's integrated defense network was designed to allow no escape. Every potential exit route was monitored, every movement anticipated with mathematical precision. Commander HFY Park watched the holographic displays, her expression unchanged. The final assault would be a demonstration of technological superiority that would echo through the galaxy. Dr. Sungmin Lee stood beside her, his fingers dancing across advanced control interfaces. Quantum-synchronized weapon platforms activated simultaneously. These weren't simple weapons, but adaptive systems that could predict and counter alien defensive mechanisms in milliseconds. Each projectile was more than a weapon, it was a message to the universe about human capabilities. The first wave of targeted strikes began. Plasma-enhanced railgun projectiles tore through the alien ship's outer layers, creating cascading molecular disruptions. Shield technologies that had conquered hundreds of civilizations became useless against humanity's advanced weaponry. Woojin Kim monitored communication channels. The alien fleet's transmissions became increasingly desperate. Panic spread faster than their ships could move. Command structures collapsed, with individual vessels making increasingly erratic decisions. Hyun-Ki Choi activated the nano-enhanced combat systems. Adaptive technologies transformed Earth's defensive capabilities in real time. Where one weapon system stopped, another instantly took over. The assault was mathematical, precise, and utterly ruthless. Artificial intelligence systems worked in perfect synchronization. Complex algorithms predicted and countered every potential alien defensive maneuver. It was like watching a perfectly choreographed dance of destruction, each movement calculated to maximize effectiveness. The alien fleet's technological superiority crumbled completely. Their most advanced shield systems became nothing more than fragile glass against human innovations. Entire battle groups disappeared in moments, reduced to expanding clouds of metallic debris. Dr. Lee understood this was more than a military engagement. It was a demonstration of human potential, a clear message to any potential future invaders. Every destroyed alien ship represented years of research, technological innovation, and strategic planning. Orbital defense platforms continued their relentless assault. No mercy, no hesitation, just pure, calculated destruction. The aliens had ignored the initial warning, and now they were paying the ultimate price. Communication networks between alien ships began to collapse completely. Individual vessels were now fighting for survival, any semblance of a unified invasion force long gone. The once mighty collective fleet was being systematically dismantled. Commander Park's voice remained calm. Continue engagement protocols. The final assault wasn't about revenge. It was a clear, calculated response to a threat. Humanity was sending a message to the universe: this planet would never be an easy conquest. Quantum entangled weapon systems delivered the final blow. Projectiles that could simultaneously exist in multiple quantum states struck with unprecedented precision. Shield technologies became meaningless against such advanced weaponry. Within minutes, the remaining alien ships were reduced to nothing more than scattered debris. The orbital region around Earth became a graveyard of alien technology, a testament to human innovation and defensive capabilities. The last transmission from Earth was chillingly simple: "We warned you." As the final alien vessel was destroyed, a profound silence settled over the orbital space. The invasion was over. Humanity had not just defended itself, it had delivered a message that would resonate throughout the galaxy. Dr. Lee looked at the holographic displays, watching the last pieces of alien technology drift into the void. Years of preparation, research, and strategic planning had culminated in this moment. The human species had proven itself to be far more than a simple, primitive civilization. Commander Park allowed herself a small, almost imperceptible smile. The universe had just learned a valuable lesson about underestimating humanity. The total annihilation was complete.